everybody, welcome back to Mimi's Mix Bag. I'm in my craft room again today, and I wanted to share with you an adorable rabbit that I found on Pinterest a few days ago. And with Easter a month away, I wanted to go ahead and get it done so I can display it for a few weeks. The original post was from a blog called Freetime Frolics, and so I certainly want to give those people credit of whoever posted it or created it or whatever. And the only difference is their rabbit was done with burlap material, and I didn't have any burlap, so I just used what I had. And this is this really neat brown and blue cotton fabric that I had, so I thought that would be really cute to do the rabbit in. And they also had burlap ears, and I don't want burlap ears, so I think I'm going to make some wired ears using some pipe cleaners and the fabric. And I just pulled some different cream colored embellishments, a flower and some little pearl things. And this is some tulle I picked up at a yard sale, some seam binding, some cream lace binding, and just some lace. And I'm not sure what I'm going to make the bunny tail out of, either some cotton yarn or the cream tulle. And I've just picked up some jute just for some more texture. So anyway, I'm going to get my circles cut and go ahead and get them in the embroidery hoops, and then I'm going to figure out how to attach the embroidery hoops together. Okay, the first thing I did was cut 2 pieces of fabric out, and I took the inner hoop of the embroidery hoops out, and then just traced around the inner hoops, and I'm going to cut it a good inch or more bigger than the traced line. Okay, this is the head part of the bunny rabbit, and I've got the fabric. Since my fabric has a direction to it, I could have done these blue designs horizontally or vertically, but I want to do them vertically, so I wanted to make sure that it lined up nice and even. And so that's the reason of cutting your circle bigger. So now I can go ahead and just trim out all this extra. I just want to make sure I had enough fabric to grip in the embroidery hoop. Okay, now I have my fabric in my embroidery hoops, and I just wanted to show you just a couple things. You know, since my fabric had a direction, I did my head going vertically, and I wanted to do my body going horizontally, just to add a little interest. I mean, I was going to do it this way, but it just looked kind of boring. So, and also, you know, an embroidery hoop, it has these little metal pieces. That's what creates the tightness. And so, so for the head one, you want to make sure your metal piece is up at the top, because your bunny rabbit ears will cover that. And down here at the bottom, just depending on like your bunny tail, I'm going to have my bunny tail kind of hot glued right here, so it will cover that up. Or another way you could do it, I thought, is since I'm going to put like a little bow around its neck, and if you don't have fabric, that just make sure your fabric is set in there right. If you decide to put your little metal piece right there, that's another place where if you don't want the metal thing to show at all at the bottom, you could rearrange your fabric to where it'll work if you put your metal piece kind of catty-cornered right there at the neck. So just want to give you those little tips, but I'm going to put my metal piece down at the bottom because I think my tail will be fluffy enough to cover it up. Okay, I want to give you a little tip on the hot gluing. Since the embroidery hoops are just super light, this hot glue is plenty strong enough. Not only did I hot glue them on the front, just touching each other, but I flipped it over on the back and put quite a bit of right here on the back, and kind of let it drip down into the little cracks right there where the hoops meet, just to give it a little reinforcement. And so I wasn't sure how secure it would be, but it is very secure. I don't think the head will fall off at all. So just a little tip to be sure and glue it on both sides. So now I have my head and my body attached, and now I'm getting ready to hot glue my bunny tail on. And let me go ahead and show you what I made. I won't go into how to make a yarn or a poof ball, because most people know how to make these. It's just you just wrap it around your hand into some loops and then tie a center loop around it. And if you don't know how to make a pom-pom ball, just Google it on YouTube, and there's, I'm sure, tons of videos how to make a pom-pom ball. So I'm just gonna, and I just made it out of this tulle, and I'm just going to hot glue it kind of catty-cornered, just so that I can make sure that my little metal piece is good and covered up. Okay, to make the ears, I just cut out 2 pieces of material about 8 by 6, and I folded it in half. I turned it on the back side so you could see what I had kind of just sketched out. Just an ear shape, nothing fancy, just kind of flat at the bottom. And my ears are about 6 inches. And I also want to give you the dimensions of the embroidery hoops I used. My body embroidery hoop, this is a little 6-inch ruler. So this appears to be about an 8-inch embroidery hoop. And my head is a 6-inch embroidery hoop. So just wanted to let you know in case you do go to the store and buy some embroidery hoops. But my ears are right about 3 inches by 6 inches, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get those cut out. Okay, I got my 4 little ear pieces cut out, and I did cut out that piece of fabric all together, so all my 4 ears are exact match. And I just took a white pipe cleaner and folded it in half, and I'm going to kind of hot glue it to one side of an ear, and then I'm going to put the other piece over it, and then I'll end up trimming the 2 pieces that are showing on the pipe cleaner. So this will make my little bunny ears wired. So I'm just going to kind of secure my pipe cleaner inside my ear and then hot glue the top on it. And I'm just going to run a bead all around the sides, all around the edges and the bottom. Okay, I have my little bunny ears done. I have my pipe cleaners hot glued in there, just kind of secured in there so that I can bend the ears. And I just, instead of sewing it, I just sewed it with hot glue, basically. And so now, and I also trimmed it a little bit in some pinking shears. If you don't know what pinking shears are, these are scissors that kind of give that zigzag look. And so what that does is that just kind of gives it a little finished edge, and it also disguises if you don't exactly match up the front and the back of the ear. So now I'm going to attach the ear to the top of my bunny head. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Since my pipe cleaners came all the way down to the edge, I just bent my ears down just a little bit, just enough to hot glue it up here on the top of the bunny head. And so I want to do it to where I can kind of disguise that little metal thing and put both ears up at the top. And the original post had some little buttons here. So I'm just going to see, it might need a little something in here just to give it a little finished look. So that's why I pulled some buttons. And so I'm going to get these hot glued and see how that looks. I want to give you a little shot of the back of the bunny. The ears look pretty good. I got those hot glued on there, pretty clean looking. So I just bent down the ears and hot glued it and covered up the little metal casing. But I still think I'm going to put a few little buttons up at the top. Okay, I got my little buttons hot glued on that little spot. That's kind of a little weird spot. I don't know what you could really put there. I don't think it really needs anything, but it just kind of gives it a little finished look since it's the top of the head. So now I'm going to work on a little bow around its neck, and then I'm going to hang it up on the door and show you the finished product. Okay, y'all, here is my finished bunny rabbit made out of embroidery hoops. I am thoroughly pleased. I'm going to come in just a little close and show you that what it kind of looks like. I think it turned out so adorable. I think this would be adorable on a nursery door if it was a boy or a girl. That is just, I am just in love with this little craft, and I'm so glad I did it. I love that I put pipe cleaners in the ears to make the ears a little dimensional, and I love that I just kind of kept it kind of monotone and everything's just kind of cream. I am so in love with this. This is so cute. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you try something like it or it inspires you in some way. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.